Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. The 0 to 10 format is back, the format that I think that you all appreciate. If it's not the case, please let me know now in the comment section. I don't want to arrive at the end of the season where some people are telling me, Beppe, we actually don't like that format, it's wasted time. Let me know now. If you enjoy it, please continue to put a maximum of like and subscribe for the channel. For the people that do not have any idea what I'm talking about, the 0 to 10 format, it's not a top 10, it's not rating the player, but it's actually linking some moments of the game, a stat, a player, something special that happened to a number from 0 to 10. And we start immediately with a 0. The 0 could not have been given to someone else than Gagliardini. Gagliardini's celebration reaction yesterday or 2 days ago during Monza Juve, when he was celebrating after that equalizer at the 91 minute from Carboni into the face, in front of the face of Adrien Rabiot, a moment that we don't want to see on football. When Adrien Rabiot in the evening saw these images, he decided to give an advice to Roberto, ex-Inter player, telling him, you know, you have to remain humble. Learn to remain humble until the referee is whistling 3 times. That means the end of the game. Everything can happen. Please use your brain. But what makes it actually even worse, and that's why we are giving 0 to Gagliardino this week, it's the post-answer of Gagliardini on social media, where he's writing the things that happens on the field needs to remain on the field, not on social media. Yes, of course, contradictory, because he's answering something that happened on the field on social media, but what makes it even the summum of the worst thing I ever saw is chiama la mamma, with his own dialect, chiama la mamma, call your mom, something totally disgusted. We go to number 1. What represents number 1? Well, it's the shots on target conceded. And here we are in a 50-50, because if you concede your first shot on target at the 91st, you can say that actually you were organized, structured, and defensively it was working. On the other side, if this shot is a goal, like we saw here on a 1-1, it's actually super dangerous when you are leading only by 1 goal. So that's something that we want to see improving. Of course, the number 1 is also representing the ranking of Serie A, where Juventus is first, or at least until this evening. We are all waiting for that big game in the Maradona Stadium, Napoli-Inter. At least at the moment we are first, and I can tell you, it's good. I have a great feeling of being first. This is the usual natural habitat of all the Juventini. Number 2, 2 goals of Gatti this season, both important. The first one of the season against Torino in the Allianz Stadium, right after entering the locker room. This time he decided to score that goal at the 94th minute. What is also representing the number 2 is that in both goals, the one of Torino and the one against Monza, Federico Gatti needed both times twice 2 attempts, because if you go and watch back the goal against Torino, at the first one he was kind of saved on the life and he needed a second attempt to really score, and this time exactly the same. He missed his shot and then he needed the second attempt to really scream and say Forza Juve, and kissing the badge. Number 3, assist of Rabiot this season. We spoke a lot about Rabiot. We'll probably continue to speak about Rabiot maybe towards the end of the video, or at least this week. But Adrien Rabiot is actually at the moment the best assist man of Juventus. Number 3 is also representing the total corners of Juventus. You remember last week in the 0 to 10 format I said corners in the total game Juve-Inter was only 1, and this is absolutely not enough, because when you have in your team Rabiot, Bremer, Rugani, you have so many players that are able to score from the back. Well, you need more corner kicks, and that goal, that first one after Dusan Vlahovic missing his penalty, is coming from a corner kick at the 12th minute. Number 4, we just spoke about Dusan Vlahovic. Well, 4 is representing Dusan. 4 missed penalties on the last 7 that he took. It's really strange, because it's a guy that before that period he scored his 12 attempts in Serie A. 4 missed on 7 in Serie A is really a lot, and my question is, what do we do with Dusan? Because he's undoubtedly a guy that is able to score this penalty. Look back at the 12 on 12 that he started in Serie A. He's in a negative moment, not only on the field, not only off the field, but also now with the penalty. So big question, who is the next penalty taker? We continue to give trust to the number 9, or we change and we go for someone else? Number 5 is actually a rating, this time rating to Moise Kean, that I praised a lot before the international break. Well, yesterday or 2 days ago, he entered in the game of Monza. The first touch that he's doing is a miscontrol with a huge opportunity on counter-attack, and then he's also the one that is not able to block Carboni for his cross goal. That shot, that only shot towards the goal, this is absolutely not the way to enter a game. I think that this is at the moment a really poor sub, and that's a real huge problem, because when he's starting the game, he's offering great performance even if he's not able to score, because at the moment he's the only striker of Juventus with 0 goals in his sheet. But that's a problem, because when he enters, he needs to support more the team, and we need to see what he was able to give from the first minute, also when he's entering at the 75th. Problem, attenzione. Number 6. What is number 6 representing? The clearances of Gleison Bremer. That was probably before that 1-1, one of, if not the MVP, co-MVP with Adrien Rabiot. What a moment for our Brazilian guy. I praised him during the 90 minutes before the 91st, even if it was not at fault on the 1-1, but probably a bit more Gatti. Well, Gleison Bremer is in a magical moment after a difficult start of the season, and I wish that it continues like that. Number 7, the counter is stopped for Miretti, the starting counter, because he had 7 starts in the beginning of the season, 7 starts on 12 games, which is quite high. And if we are looking actually at how many games he played, starting 7, subbing in 4 times, he played 11 on 12 games. He was a guy that you were sure that he would enter or play in the game. Well, the last 2 games, 0 minutes for Miretti. The big question mark is it because of technical choices? And that's why Nicolosi, that is starting to do much better, is now a starter, or is it because of that problem that he had with the Italian Nazionale and that he had to come back? Because we know it already with Locatelli at the box, with Miretti that is not playing at the moment. Well, the only solution for Max Allegri to play in that regista role was Danilo in his last game. Even him was not at 100%. Number 8, I want to give it again as a rating to, and I will surprise you, Alex Sandro. If I'm totally honest, the rating of Alex Sandro, if you're looking at the on-the-field performance, was a 6.5, probably even a 7, but these 2 throw-ins that he's doing are really a disaster. But except of that, a really great game. And it is, why am I giving an 8? Because it's not easy to know, and he's absolutely aware of it, that he is totally unwanted. You know it, when we saw the predicted lineups immediately, it was all the Juventini against Alexandro, saying, why is he playing? We don't want to see him. Well, he was stronger than the criticism. Probably he's not even owning a social media account, or is not surfing on internet, and he wants to be mentally strong. I say it, it's probably the last season of Alexandro. He's never and has never been my favorite player, but until Alexandro is part of the team, I'm sure he will have to support us, and we will have to support a player. He's like family. Alexandro is in our family until the last day of contract. Number 9, unbeaten run. Unbeaten in last 9 games for Juventus. This is actually the longest streak since November 21 and March 22. We have some things to improve yet. Why? Because in that period we had 16 unbeaten games. We are at 9, 5 more to go. No, 7 more to go to at least equalize that number that we did between November 21 and March 22. And now we finish with the number 10. This time I want to give the number 10 to La Curva of Juventus, that went away from home in the stadium of the U-Power of Monza. Touching moment. Why? Because there was a little kid there, Ronesio, that is sick, supporter of Juventus. Luckily, the organizer, someone from the marketing of Monza, brought that little kid to La Curva of Juventus, where they asked him, what kind of chant do you want that we are doing in the stadium? He said, I want the Forza Juve chant, where they did it. And on top of that, they added Forza Juve, Ronesio non mollare. Ronesio is the name of the kid. Ronesio, never give up. He also received that microphone to speak louder and actually starting these chants. Touching, beautiful moments. More moments like this and less moments like the one of Serie A that yesterday tweeted on their Twitter page. A moment that we saw before the game when all the players are aligning and the kids are in front of them. Un accompagnatore speciale per Teo, a special guest for Theo Hernandez. Who is that kid? He's actually the kid of Chiara Ferragni, one of the biggest Italian and also international influencer. Kid, he was there. He has absolutely no fault. The kid can't do anything. He's a small kid of 6 years. But I don't like the fact that Serie A is actually promoting a kid, a special kid. Why is that kid more special than the next one that is in front of Florenzi with that huge big smile? He's living his moment. Why is one kid more special than the other one? So more Curva Ronesio moments and less of these moments of favoritism for likes, for numbers, for marketing that are absolutely not appropriated, according to me. So let me know what was your favorite moment, and also let me know what number I missed, because I'm always curious to read you. Grazie, forza, Juve.